What's up, boys? Today I'm going to be checking out Towerful Defense Prologue, the free version of the game. From what I gather, it's supposed to be a sort of roguelite bullet heaven tower defense game, which sounds pretty interesting. The game does have some music in it, but it sounds like it's probably copyrighted for YouTube, so I'm not going to mess with that. So let's jump in and check it out. Looks like we've got several different starting towers here, a money-based one, a lot of XP, HP scaling with level. Let's try the super money one and see what you get off of that. So we've got a tutorial, you select your first skill, more later in the run, better cooldown time on it. Only available when skills are chosen here, so there are some specific ones for this part. Airblade, landmine, outbreak. Sounds kind of cool. 2 rounds of tower bullets, and each of them deals some sort of scaling damage type. And the first skill has minus 71% cooldown. I'm not sure what that does. So we've got different difficulties here, but there's currently only one, it looks like, in the prologue. So the tower's shooting automatically. If I run into trouble, it looks like I can press Q to autocast that or left click. So you can use keyboard or mouse. Let's toss it out and see what it looks like with when some of these get close. So you have to actually target a small area with it, it looks like. So supply cannot be targeted by the tower bullets. Destroy the enemy before it touches the tower to recover HP and get additional HP if at max. Chance to get an item. So I guess we'll actually want to save the skill for that thing now. I don't know why everything instantly died. The supply wasn't even close to me. So we've got some level up bonuses here. It looks like sort of Rotato style. I doubt I deal melee damage with the tower. Oh, enemies when they're in contact with it, so that does technically apply to any of them. And then you have that for the regular tower attack. Doesn't say the interval for how fast HP regen is. Let's go with some crit for now. So you can lock your items. Luck, what does that do? Chance to get rare items and the chance to get items when you destroy supplies. Size of outbreak. Increases number of bullets each round. That sounds cool. Whenever it hits the tower's range, respawn more supplies. Kind of want to try that to scale up my skill thing. More supplies could give me items and stuff. I can't see what glitchy items are on here. Can I see the stat for it? That doesn't tell me what it does. So that could potentially be a downside, but maybe I'll grab it and see what it does. The bad thing is I haven't really increased my stats much. I've increased the skill a bit. Let's blast those ones, I guess. Get some over there as well. Okay, the cooldown's actually pretty short. I can spam that basically. Okay, I guess I'm dead already. That's kind of cool. So I think I need to go for more passive, like, bullet damage, since none of my stats did that there. Let's try the HP tower. Maybe the blade. The blade cannot kill more than 10 enemies per round? That sounds pretty bad for your first skill then. Let's try some landmines, I guess. So I can just freely put a bunch of these down then. Then if anything gets close to me... Oh, I actually got him with the explosion over there, nice. Actually, what happens if I put that on auto? I don't remember how to do that actually. So that's from the supply box. I guess I may as well. 6 isn't that much. Skill damage actually could be interesting here. What does support do? Support units. I don't know what that is yet. Maybe I'll try a caster build with a bunch of skill damage. This does scale with element, it looks like, plus 80%. Oh! Tower range increases the area on that as well for the bottom line. Let me get some of that then. When placed near the tower, one additional infected enemy tower bullet can target at the same time? What? Is that for the outbreak skill? But -1 tower bullet would be very bad. Tower range works on the mines, so that would help. And then I guess let's do a reroll. Decent XP and HP, don't have enough for that. Does tower bullet damage affect anything that I'm doing? It's the little ice cream cone thing. Yes, so I'll probably take that. So it's actually really easy to kill the bosses with the mines, wow. Well, not boss, but the supply thing. Last time I was relying purely on my tower range. One glitchy. I guess I'll take it and see if anything scales with that. Looks like we got a legendary XP. Man, that would actually be pretty nice for my caster build here though, but gotta grab the legendary. Let's see, does any of those work for us? Not really. We use tower bullet damage and element, and then whatever tower range. So I guess grab some luck here. Help out in the long run. Tower bullet damage is decent. Let's grab that. See what else there is. I don't know what that does. Damage of landmines near the tower, sure. Tower range would work, but melee seems kind of eh. So they should do massive damage when near me now. Why does it show more damage out there, though? When I'm placing it, it's like 20% close to me. I might need to get some tanky sets now since it doesn't seem like I can deal with everything. Or maybe I can just get a lot of tower range and hit the entire screen. That sounds funnier, to be honest. Let's go with the skill damage then. I'm assuming it applies to all skills even if it doesn't have something in the tooltip for them. Crit chance probably doesn't work. That's a decent amount of XP. 80% element scaling. Let's take the XP, I suppose. A light beam rotating around the tower. Bullets that enter will have 100% crit. I guess more landmine increase. Oh, I guess I should have gotten that first, oh well. More range sounds good. Ooh, regen and bullet damage. The element does reduce it a little, but the bullet damage outweighs that. That would actually be kind of bad since I'm going for a full skill build and I'd lose the damage on it. Oops, meant to go for there. Yeah, they seem to be doing more damage towards the outside, actually. 15 out there versus like 10 in here. But I have like 3 stacks of the thing that increases damage when it's close to me. That's kind of strange. So I think element is the best here. Either that or luck. That's kind of small. I'll get the luck. +2 element. Ooh, first skill cooldown speed. Let's grab all of those, I suppose. And then I guess just focus them on the outside since they're doing way more out there for some reason. Wonder if there's any HP scaling stuff to go with this tower's passive bonus. We getting swarmed now. I think my build's falling off. Alright, that's it for the Minecaster build, it looks like. Is there any sort of meta progression or anything in this game? Doesn't seem like it. All full version stuff. Guess I'll try the XP tower here. And I may as well try Airblade to see if it's any good. So a little spin around the tower. Fairly long cooldown on that one. Alright, this time I'll try scaling up the bullets on the tower and see what we can do with that. Instead of the skill build, tower range, bullet crit, I guess XP. Chance to freeze enemy. Tower bullet goes through the tower's range. So that would extend your maximum range a bit, I suppose. Additional infected tower, enemy tower bullet. I still don't know unless it's the outbreak thing. I'll try that. See what else there is. That might kill me with how low my bullet damage is. Would do 1 damage. Might need some more first though. Well, I'm hitting for 1 damage, so I guess I wouldn't have actually lost anything. $13 luck. I don't really get much from any of these. I'll take some HP regen. Tower fire rate, probably. Airblade fires tower bullet. Okay, that could work. I have 88. I'll try it. And then I guess I'll probably want that to go with it now. Depending on how good it is. Oh, that's actually pretty sick. Granted, it kind of only fires outside of the circle since that's where the blade is swinging. And the blade itself doesn't do that much damage, so I'm kind of weak inside the circle, actually. Tower fire rate is decent. Man, I really do need some bullet damage, but that's a purple. These are pretty bad. Let's re-roll that. If I could get some bullet damage, that would be great. pretty expensive. Swinging an extra time, I'll try that now. Springfield, push back when hit it for the first time. Let's see what else there is. Ooh, 3 bullet damage, that's good. 1 plus 20% of support. So I'm actually doing 4 times as much damage from just that one upgrade. But I'm so weak inside the circle. Decent luck, but I'm getting pretty close to dying, so let's grab some more damage here. Skill cooldown. 2 damage per distance units. Sounds like it could be kind of cool. That probably doesn't do enough currently. Let's see what else there is. 50% pushes back enemies. Element and support. I guess I'll try the air blade since I'm shooting bullets off of that. That doesn't seem to be swinging an extra time, does it? Like, it's still only doing like 1 rotation? I think I've been wasting upgrades on that. Alright, every build I've tried so far just seems really weak. And the swinging extra time doesn't seem to work. Unless I'm misunderstanding it. Oh, it's probably running into the cap where it was killing 10 enemies, actually. That might be what it was. It would be cool if there's some more unique towers, since money and XP kind of do a similar thing, just a bit more stats. I'll try the money thing again. Landmines seem the best so far. I'll try that one again. Has a pretty narrow area though. Seems just really important to get some bullet damage early on since you're doing 1 damage. These are not great. I guess some skill cooldown. Some early XP. Could grab a landmine, but it's a much longer cooldown at that point. Huh. It would be a big upgrade currently, but it would be a pretty big downside later on. So I'm not really super interested in that. I guess I'll try Outbreak again then. Wait, does that have a skill cap? Doesn't sound like it. So that's more of an Airblade thing. This scales with tower melee and tower bullet damage, it looks like. Well, my damage is currently pretty bad. I could grab that, but kind of want to try some Outbreak stuff. Luck, money, tower bullets. Oh yeah, it does scale with melee, but it's the same rate as bullet damage. I'll grab that and that. So how does it look with 2 size upgrades? Slightly better, but not great still. Go for those, so I'll have it back for the supply. Those guys never even came into range. So I guess we should upgrade that a bit. Grab some HP regen. Tower range and bullet damage is very good. Could grab some range, but that's kind of expensive. Let's see what else we got. These all seem pretty bad to me. These don't seem great either. Tower range and bullet damage is good. Crit chance and dodge, it's kind of low. Try and get like 2 or 3 every time with a skill. Skill damage, armor. So I can't tell if that's like a flat amount or a percent. Probably a percent. Let's get some more HP regen. Don't know exactly how much that is either. I'll take some skill cooldown. So +1 armor per copy of that. Bullet lightning chance? It doesn't tell me what the lightning does though. Explosion radius. I don't know what that does either. Size of the shooting area of outbreak, sure. Let's see what else there is. Bullet crit chance and factor, but you lose a bit of range. That might be okay. Even more size on outbreak. None of those seem that great. That's okay. Skill damage and some survivability. Man, it's gonna take a lot of these to get a full circle outbreak. So it looks like this bullets don't pierce either. So if there's a lot of enemies, you can't even kill them all. And I guess I'm just dead. Honestly, it just feels like all of the towers suck, and there's not much build variety. I'll try the airblade thing, and this time I'll try to increase the kill cap on it so that it can actually spin more times, I think. Skill damage, bullet crits. I guess probably the skill damage. Support max. Ooh, that's a lot of bullet damage here. Oh, that doesn't scale with it though. It's only melee. I guess some armor? Skill cooldown, swinging extra length. Sure. Extra length. Let me use it right here and see. No, it's just completely bugged, it looks like. Unless by length it means a single air blade, which would be extremely bad. That'd cover like 1/20th of the circle or something. That might be what it is. But in that case, it should be like 5 gold or something. Decent cooldown. Decent range. An extra length. Ooh, melee damage. I guess I'm just gonna stack the length and see if I see anything noticeable. So I fire it here and it goes up to here. So I think it is just one extra length of the air blade, that tiny little AoE on it. Ooh, melee damage. It should be a big increase for the air blade. HP regen, grab some of that. Whenever it hits the tower's range, that's support. Skill cooldown. Kind of expensive for the amount it gives. Tower melee damage and range. Melee damage. An extra length. And I can get the melee on top of that. I don't think that's actually a good trade for me. I'm getting HP scaling with my level, and HP regen probably gives me more survivability. Tower melee or range. Let's get a bit more range since the blade seems to hit the entire range I have. I'm not sure if the bullet crit works on it. That has melee and range, pretty good. Let's see what else there is. Melee. Ooh, skill kill cap. That's what I was trying to go for with the air blade. Skill damage, but it has a downside as well. Probably not worth the money. XP and HP regen. Do lose some cooldown, but that's a decent stat increase still. And if any enemies actually get to me, the tower melee damage actually should do some work on them as well now. I don't think I have any element scaling here. Let's grab the skill cooldown. None of these seem great for me. target more than the actual number of enemies in range plus 5% per unused target. So that's with the extra tower bullet thing, which I have nothing in. None of these seem great. None of these seem great. Outbreak does scale with melee. I could try some of that for stuff that breaks through. But I want to use it a bit more sparingly since it has a very long cooldown compared to the other thing. Looks like we have some ranged enemies now with the purple guys. There might be too many enemies for the airblade to really go through. Starting to get overwhelmed. Big HP region. Plus 2% skill damage per second until the end of the wave. So if I use my abilities a bit more sparingly, that would give me some slowly ramping skill damage. It's pretty expensive though, and I kind of need to use my airblade on cooldown, I think. So probably not. Base lightning damage. I guess you would probably need the lightning chance for that to do anything. These seem pretty bad. Chance to struck an enemy with a lightning. Well, I guess it would have worked with that. We can try that. Hits the second time or more. I'm not sure if it has to hit the enemy twice, or if every enemy after the first one is when it applies. But I guess we'll see here. Looks like it probably has to hit the same enemy multiple times. Oh, there we go. Oh right, it was just a chance, wasn't it? Well, best run so far, starting to get kind of overwhelmed though. Armor, that's probably fine. Tower range is okay. Explosion range. None of these seem great at this point. I kind of want to maximize my skill cooldown since I'm probably going to die soon. I guess range kind of helps. Every 30 enemies killed by lightning will spawn a supply. Honestly, I think I killed like maybe 5 or 10 with it, so that probably wouldn't even do anything yet. All these just seem kind of greedy when I'm going to die fairly soon. Infected enemy taken damage. More supplies. Skill kill cap. The next non-glitchy item will reappear as soon as possible. I guess grab the airblade and move on. Okay, those guys are extremely tanky apparently. So Airblade can probably kill like one extra enemy now with the extra kill cap. Trying to focus down the ranged enemies so they don't slowly whittle me down. But it's not looking great. Barely survived that one. I don't think that helps me, and minus melee is pretty bad for me. Let's get some more melee. Frozen enemies take +2 every second while they are outside the range, but extra speed. A lot of stats. +1 number of enemies. That would be so good if you were scaling tower bullet damage. It does have a bit of skill cooldown for Airblade and some survivability, so I will take it. Value of enemies killed in the last second of each fight. These don't seem great. So I guess those super tanky guys basically reduce your regen a bit, since you're using part of that to counteract them. It's looking pretty bad now. 7 seconds left. There's a lot of stuff swarming me. Melee and range is decent. First skill cooldown is not bad. Got another one of those. May as well. And some skill kill cap to make sure that can hit a lot of enemies. Tower melee. It's fine. Actually, I might just want that on autocast now if I can remember how to do that. When ready, let's put it on like near the tower maybe? Or actually, let's put it on high damage enemies actually. High damage and supplies whenever it's ready. So that's auto-casting every time against dangerous enemies and supplies, and I can use my W whenever I feel like it. That's a pretty cool auto-cast setting, letting you really choose which enemies you want to target with that. About to end, so I want to try and finish some supplies over there for the extra items. Luck, money, I suppose? Don't think that really helps for a non-bullet damage build. Outbreak plus 3 rounds of bullets. Slightly higher base damage, same cooldown. Definitely want the air blade. Is that an entirely new skill or does it upgrade that one? Okay, it upgrades it. Wait, I got Airblade +2. Let's see, +2 base damage, an extra 10% scaling, and 50% more kill cap. Wow, okay. That's pretty big. Can I sell something for that? It doesn't look like it. So I'm gonna have to wait until next round for that. My autocast shouldn't use it when there's no enemies that it can hit. That's a bit strange. Airblade's actually scaling up pretty nicely now. If I can get the upgrade to that after this round, I might actually have a decent shot now. A lot of ranged guys, a lot of tanky guys now. Don't think that helps me. Skill cooldown speed is pretty nice. Grab the Airblade upgrade. That's a pretty big upgrade. I guess, well, 42 for 1 armor and it has a downside seems kind of expensive. Supplies won't recover HP. Will be used as additional max HP. But you lose 36. Seems like something you might need to get early on. Seems like that would probably kill me at this point. Pierce through one target doesn't really help my current build. Range is decent. -1 bullet damage. I have +8 though. That is a very niche thing to build around. Light beam that slows down enemies. That might be kind of cool. Unique tag gives you +3% dodge and I have 0. I'll try that one later on. It has a bit of skill cooldown, but it's kind of expensive. It seems like everything is expensive at this point. Blast those 2 tanky guys. HP regen, skill damage, not bad. More skill cooldown. Light beam that slows. That seems kind of expensive. The landmine just isn't really going to scale with the stats that I'm going. I don't know that I want to lower my damage. That one is just -1 HP. Skill cap. Probably should have gotten the item price first, oops. Oops, kind of field gold that one. So we've got some meteors now. Might want to save my W for them. Looks like we've got some new ranged enemies as well. Money and tower bullet isn't amazing, but it's okay. Max HP at the cost of regen, probably not great for me. Tower bullets, see what else there is. Probably need a source of freeze for that to do anything. Skill cooldown and regen is good, but I can grab that first this time. Tower melee is okay. Melee and range is good. Skill cooldown, HP, regen is good. So I'm trying to snipe the meteors now with my W. It looks like there are different sizes on them as well. Maybe they get smaller as they take damage, and then the damage is based on the size. If they're in the beam, they're not too much of an issue either. Pretty nice range. I'm fine with that. Bullet damage, melee and range. Hope my XP isn't... Okay, it's actually 0%, so that's probably fine. But that's just such a good stat combo, I want to grab it every time. Don't think I care about any of those. Melee and range. Yeah, I'm at -3 now. I might want some skill damage. I only have 8. Spawn a random support unit? I don't know what that means, but I want to see what it does. HP and skill cooldown. One normal enemy, but big tower melee. I'm actually down to get all of those, I think. Even for just the stats on them. And that's a good combo. What are you doing, support unit? Oh, it gets me gold over time until an enemy touches it, I guess. Which wasn't very long. That honestly might be a downside at this point. I don't really care about tower bullets and reduced healing. It's not a lot of reduced healing though. I guess I'll take it. Let's see, can I get all of these? No. May as well grab that. Then I can get 2 of them. So that must be the bouncing spring thing as my support unit this time. It'd be quite a bit better if it was closer to the tower. But in that position, like the instant something comes from that side, it's going to get used up on basically nothing. Try and finish that supplies off before the round ends. Each negative main stat plus 1 number of enemies the tower can target at the same time. Okay, that's potentially insane for a bullet damage build. I guess I'll take it for +2. Support, I don't think does much for me. Grab some more regen. Airblade swings an extra length. Isn't that just the same as the regular one? Like, why is that a plus? Regen and skill damage is not bad. Fire rate, Melee and range. So all of those range upgrades, and it seems to be maybe a third of a circle extra now. So I think it's just a very small amount for each one. Skill kill cap. An energy ball that orbits the tower and deals support damage to enemies. So it would probably deal 1 damage. Probably not. Affected enemy. Makes a random skill ready? That sounds insane. What? That sounds insane for a tanky skill build. Element, tower, bullet crits, not really. Emits waves in random direction. Hit an enemy's projectile, it gets absorbed and explodes, dealing support damage in an area with tower range radius. That's bad for this build. HP and skill cooldown. Sure. So now projectile enemies should just make me stronger and send more blades out. Range and bullet damage, that's fine. Not great. Decent XP, but I'm almost done with the game, it looks like. So probably just grab some range. For each skill you have, so plus 14. It's okay. Enemies can be spawned 10% closer, it looks like. Seems fine for the skill damage, HP, and skill cooldown. I do still have positive skill damage with that. Might save that just in case. It mostly just plays itself at this point. There's still a small active element from the meteors, trying to snipe those with my W. But the very tanky skill build seems to be pretty solid now. HP, money, and luck. That seems like more of an early game greed thing. Probably not at this point. Tower melee. Honestly, that's only about 5% of my total, but the armor might be pretty important for a tanky build at this point. Skill cooldown luck. That's fine. That's a decent melee damage increase. Looks like the run's about to end anyways. Skill kill cap, may as well. That guy is really far away and shooting a lot of meteors at me. And I'm not really doing much to them. Okay, you just instantly die and you can't even attack him, okay. That might just be a guaranteed loss just to end the prologue. Since he wasn't taking any damage and he killed my tanky build instantly. But I finally found an okay-ish build, stacking the airblade. Had the upgraded version of each one for the extra scaling and the extra enemies. It didn't really feel like there was a lot of variety currently. The 3 towers available in the prologue don't really play that much differently. Like, I got an extra 17 HP from my level, which isn't that much there. There were some cooler artifacts that appeared later on. Like, that's pretty insane for a tower bullet damage build. That one was very cool for my build, the skill cooldown when I take damage from a projectile. That's kind of cool. I actually, if I had known about this, I may have wanted to grab a third skill just for that, to get some more HP. But I guess then you would also be unlocking upgrades like that for the third skill, so it'd be a bit harder to find good stuff. But it seems like the game will be pretty cool once there's some more unique towers available in the full version. And maybe there will be some more build-defining artifacts. But the concept is interesting. A roguelite bullet hell tower defense. But I think that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.